Do you write?
No.
Oh, you don't write?
No. I picked that up from Jack. He made me not write.
And they would only let Beanie sell so many records. And that was it.
It may sound outrageous, but he felt like Jay-Z wanted to get him for whatever reason.
We've seen a bunch of rappers rise to fame, flaunting serious skills and starting to set some real standards in the music scene. But then, out of nowhere, some of these artists just vanished off the radar, never quite hitting those high notes in their careers again. While there are loads of reasons why many rappers might fade into the background, there are a few who point to one person as the big reason for their downfall: Jay-Z. It seems like meeting Jay-Z was the turning point for these artists, but not in the way they hoped. They believed that if they hadn't put their trust in him or gotten involved with him, they might have been way more successful than they are now. So, let's take a closer look at who these rappers are and unpack their stories a bit more. Now, Jay-Z is undeniably a powerhouse in the music industry and beyond. He's not just a legendary rapper and producer, he's also a record executive and a billionaire with investments in everything from liquor to real estate and art. He's been instrumental in shaping the careers of some of the biggest artists of our time, like Rihanna and Kanye West, and he's played a key role in launching stars like J. Cole. However, despite his massive contributions to the careers of many, there are claims that he's also had a hand in stalling or even derailing some artists' careers. One prominent example that often comes up is Beanie Sigel. Beanie was another artist whose career Jay-Z helped to kickstart. His debut album, The Truth, dropped in 2000 to critical acclaim and commercial success, peaking at number 5 on the Billboard 200. Beanie was riding high, and it seemed like he was set to become one of the greats. But whispers in the industry suggest that Jay-Z might not have been too happy with Beanie potentially outshining him. T.K. Kirkland recently said that a music producer associated with Rockefeller Records, where Beanie was signed, told him that Jay-Z intentionally limited Beanie Sigel's success. According to this music executive, there was an unspoken rule that no artist on the label could eclipse Jay-Z himself in terms of record sales or popularity. It was like there was a cap on how much success you could have if you were under Jay-Z's label. And for Beanie, that meant not pushing his albums beyond a certain point, no matter how well they could have done.
And they would only let Beanie sell so many records. And that was it.
Some fans think the idea that Jay-Z sabotaged Beanie's career is a bit far-fetched. They argue that Jay-Z did a lot to promote Beanie's career. But ultimately, Beanie's personal decisions led to his professional downfall. Nevertheless, there are others who are convinced that there was an element of sabotage involved. They believe that Jay-Z viewed Beanie as a threat to his own status in the rap game, prompting him to put a limit on Beanie's success.
Jay-Z by far did that to us. Jay-Z knew that was competition. Jay-Z don't like when somebody is a threat towards him. He don't like that shit.
Also, Beanie Sigel himself has shared some personal insights that suggest not everything was smooth in his relationship with Jay-Z. He mentioned how Jay-Z influenced his approach to writing music, specifically noting that Jay-Z, who is known for not writing his lyrics down, encouraged Beanie to adopt the same style. This change was significant for Beanie, altering his creative process.
Do you write?
No.
Oh, you don't write?
No. I picked that up from Jack. He made me not write.
Furthermore, a particularly painful moment for Beanie came in 2003 during his legal troubles with attempted murder and federal weapons charges. Although Jay-Z stood up for him in court, he made it clear that he wouldn't be responsible for keeping Beanie out of trouble. This moment was a huge letdown for Beanie, who had seen Jay-Z as a brotherly figure. It shattered his trust and altered his feelings about their relationship. "I never been crushed like that ever in my life," Sigel explained. "That effed me up. That took away a lot of S that I thought we had. Like, that's big, bro." Shifting focus to another artist in Jay-Z's circle.
But it was like the way he said it. And he put his head down, he was like, "No, I've never been crushed like that ever in my life." Cause I'm like, damn, this is my man, like how.
Foxy Brown also presents a complicated case. Foxy, who has long been associated with Jay-Z, became the center of some serious and controversial rumors. There were whispers that Jay-Z and Foxy had an inappropriate relationship when she was underage. As the story goes, when Jay-Z could no longer exert control over Foxy, he allegedly took steps to hinder her career, effectively giving her the cold shoulder within the industry.
Allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right, I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce.
Sources claim Jay paid Foxy a ton of money to keep this a secret, and this was later confirmed by Jay's longtime friend and ex-business partner Dame Dash, who got super defensive when he was asked about Jay and Foxy's affair.
At what age was Foxy Brown signed?
I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
Yeah, but that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know
Stop
you did.
putting
I'm
me
just
in that.
asking a
You
question. We live in these glass houses.
It seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him. Don't ask me his questions, bro. I'm not taking it.
I'm not just... Okay.
Y'all can keep asking me
We're
questions.
moving on.
Y'all keep asking me questions y'all want to ask him because he ain't here.
It looks like, according to these allegations, Jay-Z might have started getting close to Foxy when she was really young. Their connection kicked off when Foxy was just 14 or 15, jumping into the scene with LL Cool J's I Shot Ya remix. As Foxy made her way in the music world, she teamed up with plenty of big names, but the standout collaborator was none other than Jay-Z, who she kept working with and co-writing. Foxy Brown first met Jay-Z when she was just a teenager at 15, while he was already well into his 20s, at 27. They quickly struck up a noticeable on-stage chemistry, and Jay-Z frequently brought her along on his tours while she was still in high school. When Foxy signed with Def Jam, rumors started swirling about a possible romantic connection between her and Jay-Z, fueled by their steamy collaboration on Ain't No N, which was featured on the Nutty Professor soundtrack in 1996. This track drew a lot of attention, not just for its catchy beat, but also for its explicit lyrics, especially controversial given Foxy's age at the time. By 17, Foxy released her debut album, Il Na Na, which had a significant influence from Jay-Z. The album was a hit, but it reignited concerns over the explicit content she was delivering as a minor. Foxy didn't slow down, though. Her sophomore album, China Doll, dropped in 1999 and soared to the top of the Billboard 200, cementing her status as one of the top female rappers, right behind Lauryn Hill. China Doll was a shout-out to her Brooklyn upbringing and included nods to influential figures like the notorious B.I.G. and Jay-Z himself. Foxy was on fire, dominating with her fierce lyrics and collaborations, asserting her place as a leading lady in rap. However, just as she was prepping to take things even further with her album Black Roses, Foxy faced a huge personal setback, a sudden loss of hearing that forced her to put her music career on pause. This period was critical, and rumors circulated that Jay-Z wasn't too supportive during this tough time. Eventually, Foxy left Def Jam and started her own label, Black Rose Entertainment, teaming up with Coke Records for distribution. This move marked a significant shift in her career, indicating her desire to reinvent her musical expression and adapt to the shifting dynamics of the music industry. It seemed like Foxy was ready to carve out a new chapter for herself, but her career trajectory took a downturn. Despite having had Jay-Z as a mentor and collaborator, she seemed to fade from the spotlight rather than continuing her ascent. People started questioning why her career stumbled when she had such a powerful ally in her corner. Foxy was immensely talented and always praised Jay-Z, yet it appeared he did little to help maintain her position in the industry. Speculation grew that as Foxy became more independent and aware of the messed-up relationship she had with Jay-Z, things began to sour. As she matured, she no longer felt cool being Jay-Z's little secret playpen. That's when things went south. Jay-Z not only ended things with her personally, but also professionally. He stopped collaborating with her, and to add insult to injury, he blacklisted her in the industry. Sources even say that Jay-Z made sure nobody in the business wanted to work with her. It didn't help that she had some with people in the industry, making things even more challenging for her. It's just wild to think about this story of Jay-Z messing with a teenager and then cutting ties when she decided she didn't want that kind of life anymore. Well, the streets are definitely talking, and people are saying Foxy Brown was gorgeous and had rap skills. The way they ended her career was one of the worst mistakes hip-hop did. This is all grim. Another says, Jay-Z is also a fabricated character he plays, just like every other rapper. Now, here's a twist. The next name linked to Jay-Z's controversial interactions is none other than R. Kelly. Now, it's pretty well known that these two were tight back in the day, even after R. Kelly was exposed for being a Now, at that time, R. Kelly was just exposed for lying about Aaliyah's age and marrying her when she was just 15 years old. Now you would think that Jay would stop associating with him after he found this out, but of course he didn't. He actually showed his support for R. Kelly by releasing a joint album with him called The Best of Both Worlds. Even Jaguar Wright thought it was all kinds of weird and couldn't figure out how Jay-Z was cool with getting involved with R. Kelly. I mean, looking back, Jay-Z seemed totally fine with R. Kelly being with a minor, even marrying her.
And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all of those records together. They both Aaliyah. They shared so much in common.
There were even whispers about their possible involvement in the tragic career and untimely demise of Aaliyah. But here's where it gets really complicated. According to R. Kelly himself, Jay-Z was only pretending to be his friend. Ronnie Bo, who shared a cell with Kelly, spilled some intense details in a recent interview. He claimed that R. Kelly felt Jay-Z harbored some deep-seated animosity towards him, to the point of wishing him dead. These two worked closely in the early 2000s, producing 2 albums and even touring together. However, the tour was anything but smooth sailing. He felt like Jay-Z was kind of insecure because, at that time, R. Kelly was technically bigger than him, Bo said. He felt like during one of the shows when they was in Madison Square Garden in 2004, prior to that event, he said days before the event that he was getting death threats that he felt was coming from Jay-Z. I don't know if this is going to sound outrageous, Bo said. He felt like Jay-Z was trying to get him K.Ed for whatever reason.
He felt like Jay-Z was kind of insecure because R. Kelly at the time was technically bigger than him.
The tension reportedly peaked during a concert at Madison Square Garden. R. Kelly abruptly left the stage, alleging that he spotted men in the audience pointing at him. When he returned to the stage, he was pepper sprayed by Tyron Smith, a close associate of Jay-Z. This shocking incident led to Kelly being from the tour and subsequently filing a hefty $75 million lawsuit for breach of contract.
It may sound outrageous, but he felt like Jay-Z wanted to get him for whatever reason.
This whole saga has fueled some wild speculation. Some people believe that since Jay-Z couldn't take out R. Kelly physically, he might have played a role in bringing Kelly's criminal activities to light. This theory suggests that Jay-Z was well aware of Kelly's misconduct, but chose to expose him only when it served his purpose, to eliminate a rival and secure his own position at the top of the music industry. According to this line of thought, Jay-Z's actions weren't about doing the right thing, but rather about strategic self-preservation. Well, it looks like Jay-Z might be more cunning and ruthless than we've imagined. But I'm curious to hear what you think about all this. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next video.